Alright, 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 alright. How's it going? How's it going? Oh, oh yeah, I gotta tell it. Sorry, I just remembered something I gotta tell my wife. Sorry about that, but it's important. I just remembered. Hey, Atsuki, Amir, how's it going? What up, Captain Boss? So, why? Oh, you're switched off. Weird. Anyways, so. Hey, Dame Deviant, how's it going? Early stream. Oh, it's not really early. I just 1 minute a little bit earlier. I usually kind of hang out for a few minutes. But also Europe is +1 hours. So you guys in America probably is 1 hour earlier. Probably. It's 3 icons on the stream for emotes. I don't know what that means, but let me look. Three icons. There is Prime, there's React, Power Up, and Wink? I have no idea, man. But that's very annoying. Widget. Twitch extensions, overlays. What the? All right, you just gotta have to have that on this day stream. I don't know how to. I don't know how to switch it off at the moment. They're on the cameras. Oh fuck it. Oh, maybe. No, I can't choose. Well, I've got some time. I have 1 minute to try to solve this. Widget themes? No. Face mask? No. Widgets? Alert box? Chat box? Event list? Destination goal? Stream labels? Spin wheel? Sub goal? Follower goal? Viewer count? Oh, now I think I remember. Extensions, my extensions installed. Stream avatars, live emotes. Uh-huh. Okay, so I deactivated it. Yes. Fucking yeah. I win. I figured it out. I hope. Yeah, solved. Anyways, so I was thinking today, I want to continue on. I'm just gonna switch off for a second. I want to continue on the dark fantasy stuff. So what I would like is you to suggest dark fantasy character archetype. You know, like necromancer, princess, any fantasy archetype type deal or character type. I will try to dark fantasy it up. And by the way, I finished this one, or this is as finished as I'm gonna take it. But yeah, it's the hero card, my hero card, and I added a little bit of a funny text and effing water temple. For those who don't know, it's like the legendary impossible temple in a Zelda game, which is like you just want to break the controller. Yeah, a fantasy archetype. Any. So we got Soul Archer, it's pretty cool. Sorcerer, Hunted Armor. I guess that I can make that into a character. Do you mean haunted armor, Wanamir? Or hunted as in chased? An archer, wooden undead dog, invisible man, vampire. All right, we got options. Dice roll. So as per usual, it's not this one, but it's the next one. Number 2, which is Sorcerer, Miss Monster. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Sorcerer. So it sounds like a good guy, doesn't it? Sorcerer by Miss Monster. I mean, can a sorcerer be a female? Or is that a sorceress? Is it sorcerer? That's purely male, is it? Gender fluid sorcerer. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's start a timer. All right. A female sorcerer. Okay. All right. All right. Let's start sketching it out. I think a white sorcerer, female, because there's been a lot of like evil people, right, in my dark fantasy series, but not so much like good people. I mean, there's good people in a dark world, right? White, yeah, healing. Yeah, I think witch and wizard is the counterparts, while sorcerer is like illusionist more, isn't it? For me, a sorcerer sounds a lot more like illusions and like wise, and while a wizard is like fireball. If that makes sense. That's how I see it, at least in my mind, of the difference. A sorcerer is innate. Oh. Is that like a fact, or is it just your understanding of it? I mean, a sorcerer. Yeah, I don't know actually the differences. Sorcerer. Yeah, exactly, Miss Monster. That's how I see it as well. Like telekinesis, um, familiars, uh, while a wizard is spells and wands and hey, more fire, more fire. Eric, it's all the same. Yeah. I mean, for me, there is subtle difference. Like a warlock is obviously like a wizard with armor going into battle, while a sorcerer probably wouldn't go into battle, while a wizard would. It's a very important topic, clearly. A lot of people care. It's all real to me, damn it. Do you know that meme, or that kind of TV snippet of a guy crying, saying that wrestling is real to him? It's hilarious. They're all heretics. my apologies for all you Christians, but I mean, Jesus was kind of a wizard, right? He could resurrect himself. He could turn water into wine. Something into a fish, a stick into a fish. He could. Was it Moses that split the sea, or was it Holy Jeebus? I don't know. I'm not Christian. Moses that split the sea. Yeah, I think so too, right? The dude, the Moses guy, like 40 days or whatever it was in the desert. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, the fish, bread, and wine was Jesus. Yeah, I know that much. And also, Jesus died, right? And they put him in a cave or in a tomb, and he resurrected. Resurrection spell, a phoenix down. He came back. He was like, hey, "Yo, what's up? I'm white version now, like in Lord of the Rings." And they were like, "Oh, you're not Jesus the Gray, now you're Jesus the White." He's like, "Yeah, man. Use the phoenix." And again, sorry for all you Christians out there that take your religion seriously. I mean no offense, but I'm not sure about them. I'm not religious. Hey, Dead Toothbrush, what up? How's it going? Nice of you to drop by. How's the life in the movie VFX industry? Ricky, yeah, yeah. Something like a sorcerer needs really straight, long hair, like was it Saruman from Lord of the Rings? Like I thought that looked really cool, like heavy, thick, white hair. Saruman, man, I love the Lord of the Ring movies. They're cool. I wish I had worked on Lord of the Rings movies. Gria, open-ended topic is hard for you, but that's why I wrote the text. I mean, you can easily come up with a topic based on Black Fox Society. I mean, not everyone is able to visualize from sounds. Um, so that's why I added that text as well, the Black Fox Society. So just if you have problems with the song, you just need to listen to the song and understand it's moody, and then you read the words and do the words. I could do a Lord of the Rings redesign project, absolutely. Hey, Rabo Art, how's it going? Or Rabo, Rabo. Oh man, professional streamer over here. Zealin, yeah, man, I like that idea. Let's redo Lord of the Rings in dark fantasy. But I mean, I must say, Lord of the Rings was already quite dark. You know, it wasn't so much men in tights as it could have been. R-rated dark, just blood and guts and rolling heads and tits and ass. Go full on Game of Thrones. I mean, to some degree, I think that would be cool for Lord of the Rings. You know, uh, not to go. I mean, to be fair, Lord of the Rings could have gone darker, for sure. It could have been way darker, like very much darker. I think that would be nice too. A lot more adult. Because I think the books kind of hinted of a way darker world. Miss Monster, you did? Oh, nice. I worked on one Lord of the Ring game a few years ago. That was quite fun to tick that box of have worked on the license, the Lord of the Rings license. But it's not really the same, is it? want to go full on. Oh, Lord of the Rings chibis? Oh, that's cute. Chibi hentai. Oh. Yeah, I saw the Magic the Gathering latest trailer from Magic the Gathering. It looks pretty cool. One thing that irked me though is something I always hate about fantasy, most fantasy projects, is the color of the magic. It always becomes this kaleidoscope of like the rainbow. It's like why go to the like each color has to go to each end of the spectrum, like neon purple, neon yellow, neon blue, and it just for me becomes like cheesy. and it doesn't look cool. I think there was really one good movie or like a CG trailer from Blur, which was one of the trailers for Elder Scrolls, when they were fighting like this black elf wizard type thing, and the grading, the magic, all was like, that is how fantasy should look like, if you ask me. And I was so like pumped. I was like, yes, a fantasy game that's serious and it's not like cheese. And then Elder Scrolls Online was like, oh, why? You can't have everything, you know. But it was really cool. Let's see if I can find it quickly. Just like to skip through it so you see. The Alliance cinematics. I think it was this one. No. Oh, it was this one, I think. Like for me, like here all the magic and so on is like, yeah, the grading is way more mature. The cheese is the amount of cheese is very low. Like the magic is just hinted. And I was like, yes, yes, yes. Like all these things. Like, yeah, he summons magic and all these things, but it's not neon. Hey, Alessandro, it's going. High lactose. Miss Rosta. That's great. I gotta remember that. I can't. I can't have high lactose trailers. That's perfect, man. That's a perfect. And then you go like, "What do you mean?" Cheese. Oh man, that's perfect, Miss Monster. Oh, you just The birth of a meme right there. That's great. So good. So good. High lactose trailer. Perfect. Eric, yeah, absolutely. It is absolutely that. But also, what I think it is old. Like, it's based on old IPs. And like, let's take your example, like World of Warcraft, right? They decided the magic is neon in like in the 90s or whenever World of Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 came out, and because it's great with color impact for readability in games and so on and so on. Like, so you see, especially on the RTSs, when it's a lot of things happening on the screen, you need to see when the magic occurs, and then of course you bump the saturation, and then you see who's doing what, right? So I understand the origins of it, but nowadays when there is enough fidelity and you don't need that same kind of overtly colorful stuff. I mean, a lot of it has become also an art direction. Like, yeah, the magic is colorful, but a lot of it, I think a lot of people don't push that aspect either. They just go, oh yeah, magic is colorful. That's the way it has to be. But I think, yeah, for sure, Blizzard is a big part of it. I mean, they popularized a lot of it, and a lot of people appreciate that art style that they have created. So obviously, it's going to be hard to navigate out of that. And the two-story apartment building blocks, shoulder pads. Eric, yeah, I mean, a lot of these things you can solve, but it usually it is like, is it a hurdle worth tackling? Do we need to reinvent the wheel, or do we just go neon magic and everyone will understand it? Gria, yeah, absolutely. World of Warcraft can't change that style. It it is what it is now, and if they change it, it won't be World of Warcraft anymore. It will be something else. But that's also, for example, what Diablo, um, had to deal with. Like, Diablo 1 and 2 was very grayscale, very limited palette, and because they got bought by Blizzard or Activision. Hey, Voodoo Breakfast. Thanks, man. One more month for that powerful number 9. Jival. Yeah, exactly. More spikes, bigger shoulder pads, and just saturation to the right. And you'll be set. I mean, that being said, there's a lot of fans of World of Warcraft. A lot of fans of World of Warcraft. And it's a crazy amount of fans. Because it is an approachable style. People don't need to question it, and the spectrum of the colors and style is so broad that it's like commonly accepted way more than let's take the Elder Scrolls Online trailer that I kind of skipped through. That is at face value much harder to sell to a broader audience in different age groups. Like that style that I liked is way more adult. And I'm not saying that if you like World of Warcraft you're a child. Or maybe I am. No, but that style fits all ages. Grown-ups can find yeah, I'm gonna get World of Warcraft fan base on me here. But as an adult you can find interesting aspects in World of Warcraft visually. The same also if you're a child, but the more real, the more darker you go, the harder it is for everyone to accept it, I think. So in that sense, it's a great maneuvering for their art direction. I think they hit a great middle ground. But like you wrote, you can't change the tone of the magic on World of Warcraft anymore. Much like I was getting to with Blizzard, and when the Diablo 3, when Activision bought them, they obviously wanted more color profiles. They had other art directors that was more familiar with World of Warcraft ways. So obviously they shared their expertise in how to deal with screen readability and so on. So in that sense, like the Diablo, I think it was 3, that was way more colorful, and everybody was like raging about it. It read a lot easier. It's way more like you could separate what's happening a lot clearer. But I didn't personally like the tone of it because it went, like I said, to a way broader style that will fit more age groups, which was obviously one of the reasons behind their decision of going away from desaturated limited palette. Nimlot. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, how's it going? I agree, but I mean, I also see why they did the choice that they did, because they branched out to way more people that potentially likes the game, rather than catering to the hardcore fandom that maybe isn't that wide. When you compare, 1 second. Anyways, Nimlot, yeah, absolutely. I agree. They did change the tone of the game, and it did ruin for all the original players. I agree, and but I think it wasn't a fluke. that they did. I think they wanted to cater to more people, expand the target group. Because what is let's say 1 million hardcore fans versus 5 million casual players? The math is, you know, it's not that hard to do. But then you can question, like, oh, all right, what's the integrity, you know, behind the move? Is it the correct? I think they didn't expect that amount of backlash. I think they expected some amount of backlash, but I don't think they expected that much hate and low figures. Yeah, Eric, exactly. Xialin, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna aim, by the way, for this sorcerer to be a bit androgynous. But as the face is far from anything at the moment. Nimlot. Yeah, I was talking about that, about magic colors and so on, earlier, before you arrived, I think. But that is all educate. I don't think it's when we talk about that kind of quality level and those kind of size of project and caliber of artists, it is not a fluke why the decisions are made. And like I said, I think it's because they wanted a broader audience, not the hardcore fans. Well, it's obvious. It's not like I'm saying anything new here. Atsuki, yeah, absolutely. They suffer from that as well. They I think more of Path of Exiles. They started out like, let's show them how Diablo should, but then they're I think what they're suffering from is weak art direction, and they can't deal with the solution to the magic except to up the color, up the size, so they're like, it's the standard issue with contrast. Like, you can't go brighter than white, and in the end, when you push everything all from the beginning high, and then how can you make something higher, and in the end everything just is pushed up to the ceiling of the range, and then you just get a mess. And I think that's what a lot of those, let's say, like Path of Exiles is suffering from, rather than conscious decision, because you can see it's a little bit of this and that. And I think a suggestion for them to improve would be to reauthor everything, but in order to do that, it costs time and money, and I assume they won't. Anyway, so here's the beginning of the sorcerer. I kind of don't like it. I also kind of like it. I will play around with it more. I will continue on it tomorrow. But yeah, let's see if who we can raid. Who can we raid? Ads go away. Oh, come on. Half-hour ad. What was that sound? Okay, there wasn't anyone interesting online. Let's see who we can. This is something I have issues with personally. Like drawing childlike naked girls. It's a bit. I'm not sure if I like it that much or want to support it. Fuck. Come on, art. Come on, art. Where's the integrity here? Happy trees. Slim pickings. What's this? Let's hope it's good. Let's raid this person and see what happens. Planet Chaos art. Have a great day, everyone. Good night. If you're that part of the world, see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna continue on this one. Try to rationalize it. Try to make a flavor to it. At the moment, it's just very generic. Anyways, have a good one. See you tomorrow. Toodles.